All right, welcome in everyone. We're going to do a little check-in for the week starting September 8th through the 14th and just kind of see what's going on. I know it's midweek, so we're just going to kind of see, has what the cards come up showing kind of help you to see like, hey, yeah, it's right on. That's what I went through at the beginning of the week, and we'll see kind of looking ahead what's going to kind of unfold through the rest of the week and the weekend. All right. So there was a lot around the Pisces full lunar eclipse last weekend. So we're kind of phasing out of the shadow period of that, but we're definitely in the midst of eclipse season. So let's see what's going on for everybody. This is a collective, so it's kind of for everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For everyone too, if you're interested in a reading with me, there is some times available. So you can go on my website, which is linked below in the description, and you can check out kind of my different readings and times there. Also, as we're moving into more of holiday seasons, take a look at my Etsy shop. I also, I do make handmade jewelry, so definitely check it out. They are all energetic, metaphysically charged and cleansed, so they're great support for whatever you're looking for. You can run the gamut of different stones and crystals for that. All right, so we have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So there is a focus here on the throat chakra this week. Something too, there's kind of been a little bit of an increase in people being sick lately. I do feel like there is a focus on the throat, and it's actually helping people to clear blocked throat chakras. To help clear your throat chakra, really what we need to do is always be aligned with our truth, speaking our truth, speaking how we feel. So definitely people who are not good at communicating or speaking their truth, there's going to be a focus on this week. There is something about communication that's a very Gemini energy, Mercury. So then we have anxiety. And look at that, another chakra, 3rd chakra, Archangel Shamuel. So maybe there's something that you need to communicate, that you're afraid to communicate. There's definitely something here around anxiety and worry about this. So that you may be feeling that. It may be impacting your sleep. You may be getting dreams as well. A lot of dreams that I would really hone in on those because they're giving you signals and signs, messages here. But with these 2 chakras, there's something tied to your power and your throat. So again, power and confidence in who you are and your truth and how you're feeling and asking for something or communicating. So let's dive into the cards. So we have the King of Wands underneath, the Hanged Man, Justice. Look at 3 major arcana right out of the gate. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and then, of course, the Judgment. We're ending on another major card. So there is some big energy here. So there's something bubbling under the surface for you. And I do feel like there's something you want to say. There is a situation that you're not sure how to deal with or approach here, because I do feel like this situation, there are a person or people who are combative, or potentially the consequence of you speaking your truth, or it could open up conflict. And I think that's what you're afraid of. So this is conflict avoidance, right? It's like, even though it's going to cause conflict, we can't hold back. If us speaking our truth and with compassion and being respectful, and this person still has a problem with this, the issue isn't with you, it's with the other person here. There's just a lot of like conflicting energy this week, a lot of different views. You could be seeing that in kind of not just with one person or one area of your life, but I do feel like with this Justice card, this is pretty big. Like the feeling I'm getting, like there's something about harmonizing just in general, some sort of in general relationships in your life. You're kind of going through a rebalancing here in your life. And part of the rebalancing is obviously tied to your chakra energy here. But I feel like you felt stuck for a long time. And the King of Wands too is about power and confidence and moving in a new direction in your life where I think you have to look at things in a new perspective. And this is almost like a real high perspective, like being very objective and not just, taking things at face value, not being too stuck in the physical. Like if you're dealing with a certain situation or with people, instead of just seeing them as difficult or these little petty things that happen on a day-to-day basis, there's something about viewing this from more of a divine perspective and energetic of what's going on here. And if you're here listening to this reading, there's a reason. This is going to help give you that higher perspective here. And then ultimately this energy ends on the Judgment card with a big wake-up call. There's some sort of big wake-up call. I think this is kind of for you, but it could present itself as a real crossroads in certain situations in your life or connections here. And I still feel like it's not one specific, it could be, but I feel like this energy is coming up in multiple situations and areas and connections. All right, we have the World. Yeah, big shifts here. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is big. So even though it looks like petty things, or just petty conversations that end in conflict, or just, it seems like it's happening all over the place. I think there's some energy coming up that's really big, that's closing out some sort of karmic stuff for you, and opening up and clearing the energy to allow you to walk through a new door, to walk into something new here with the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, the Hermit, Ten of Cups. Wow. Page of Cups. I guess I'm pulling them all out here. I don't know why I did that. I guess there was a reason. You go with the flow. King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go straight to the end here because it's like the message I'm getting is someone is gonna die on the hill that they're gonna die on this hill, and they're willing to die on this hill. The message for you is don't waste your time trying to get them to see things differently. This could be general. Like if you spend your time stressing or anxiety dealing with people and feeling like you're trying to get them to see your perspective or give them feedback or communicate with them, I just feel like there's a lot of resistant energy, and the guidance for you is just walk away. Like you're going to have to just walk away from some people and move on and kind of disconnect here. There could be a specific person, but people in general that are they're too stuck in the physical world. They're too stuck with like, everything is as it appears, and everything is like, You know, sometimes our emotions are deceiving us, our past traumas deceiving us. We're seeing through filters that are really distorting ourselves, other people, and there's this message here, and I feel like it's more people around you. And there's some perspective of helping you to clear the filter as well. But I do feel like there's this essence of you're going to have to walk away from some of these people because you got bigger fish to fry. You have bigger things to do. You have connections ahead that are really going to be fulfilling for you, that are going to align with you. And I feel like people or situations have been holding you back. The Hermit here is like shining his this is like divine light, but he's looking towards the past to kind of get some insight of, sometimes you do have to look a little bit at the past and the patterns and how I got here, and do a little bit of, again, that there's this spiritual wisdom that you're gaining here. You could feel very alone right now in general, just because you feel like everyone around you, maybe you're telling yourself, like, everyone around me seems crazy right now, or they have been. And it's a continuous pattern that it's big enough here. There's a lot of major arcana. So it's not just this like, oh, we're going through the astrological energy this week is bad, so people are, acting up. I feel like this is like major in your life. Like, these are long-term patterns. These are relationships that are truly showing you who they are, and it's not a good look, right? And they're showing you that it's not something that they're not trying to repair. They don't have a lot to offer here, but you could even be trying to offer something here with the Page of Cups, but someone's definitely resisting. Someone's resisting these like offers of connection or communication, or hey, let's talk about this to repair this. Like, they're really resistant to this. And instead of you trying to offer a cup, it's almost like leave it to the divine here, because the Temperance card to me is a lot to do referencing like divine guides, angels that are here helping you to alchemize. They're working from a higher level to help you through a situation. But there's a lot of support here for you. What's the resistance here? Seven of Wands, this dying on the hill. What's going on here? Yeah, it's like, for one, there's value in standing up for yourself against these people, but I also feel like people need to learn their own lessons here. And I just feel like there's not consistency here of how people show up for you. And there is obviously a lesson in this for you, a lesson to learn about yourself and your power and, speaking your truth here. And not feeling so powerless in your life, and that everyone around you controls how things happen, what happens. They come around when they want something. There's stuff around this, but what's the I was looking at the Hermit card and this King, so I'm gonna, the Fool, yeah. So it's kind of like the Fool, you're going in a new direction here, and a better direction. And it's like you're gonna keep going, and the white dog on this card represents like fear nipping at your heels. I also am, to me, in this situation or reading, it's about people nipping at your heels. People, like, they're trying to get a reaction out of you. They're trying to hold you back. They don't want you to obviously walk away or change how this relationship works. But the way they're doing it is not in a way that's, for one, repairing, balancing out the connection, them shifting and also taking accountability. I think there's a lot going here, and they're going to continue to try and hold you back, but that's where your power comes in. So what's the Ace of Pentacles here? Yeah, it's really about you just deciding what you want, where you're going here. And there's a decision made that really you're going to stand up in your power. So this week is really about your power, finding confidence, facing your fears. There's definitely anxiety about the consequences. But what I feel is when you actually do something, when you actually make a decision or stand up for yourself or speak your truth, even if the consequences from the other is bad, I do feel like you're going to feel relief. And it's about learning new patterns for yourself, learning new patterns of staying in your power, and the more we stand in our power, the more attractive we are. So then we're going to attract new energy and new people around us that are more balanced and harmonized here. And then we're also more discerning, because it doesn't mean that we're never going to attract people or situation in our lives that, they're toxic or that are going to be perfect all the time. But now we have the power to be more discerning, and we're not going to allow these people to drag us down their rabbit hole, or we're not going to choose people or relationships that aren't for our highest good. Because in the middle here is the Ten of Cups. So that's the focus here. And this is where you're shifting, and there's a lot of great energy with the World, Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So I see good stuff here. And look at that. You have the Seven of Cups, which is in reference to like all your dreams and desires here, and really focusing on that. And then you can decipher, does this thing align with what my ultimate desires are? Are my needs getting met? And that's going to help you also make better decisions. All right, everyone, that's your weekly update here. So definitely think this should help you guys get some perspective of why you're dealing with certain situations, what to do, how to move forward, guidance, and all that. So thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm almost done posting all of the September readings. I think I just have Cancer and Leo left. So definitely tune in. I should have Cancer and Leo posted by tomorrow. So definitely watch out if you're Cancer or Leo. But yeah, watch your monthly September horoscopes. All right, bye for now.